Dr. Waxel, thank you for joining us today. I've got a few questions for you, and I'd like to start more on the personal side because I understand that there is a personal side to the Acasti story, and that predates you joining the team. Am I right that you were trying to address some personal cholesterol issues, and that was your first introduction to NKO krill oil, and that in fact it ended up being helpful to you on a personal basis?
Well, it has been. My history is a little complicated. I have a history of familial hyperlipidemia, and it involves pretty much all of the lipids, from cholesterol, from LDL, from triglycerides on. And unfortunately, I'm one of those individuals that is unable to really take medications that are conventional medications to treat hyperlipidemia or any of those abnormalities in lipid profile. I am statin intolerant, and that's a big deal, especially if you've got the kinds of levels that I have had over the course of many years. And one of the things that did come to my attention was the whole area of omega-3s, but in particular, my interest was in krill oil, mainly because of my personal education in this area, learning about the fact that krill oil is so different than fish oil in that it is present in a form that's so different than the omega-3s in fish oil. In fish oil, the omega-3s are ethyl esters, and ethyl esters are very poorly absorbed. They need to be broken down by pancreatic enzymes in the intestine before they're absorbed, and it makes absorption difficult, but more importantly, it makes it require that an individual also take the fish oil in conjunction with some type of food, mainly fatty food, so that you get enzyme release from the pancreas. Krill oil is very different, and that krill oil is a phospholipid omega-3, and a phospholipid is something that resembles a cell membrane, and as a result of that, it is very readily absorbed into the body and doesn't require any type of enzymatic activity, doesn't require the use of food in conjunction with it. It just gets very highly absorbed in a ready fashion. I went on the Neptune krill oil originally. I'm now on a little bit of a more purified component of it called Onemia that we sell as a medical food in the U.S. And as a physician, I'm able to go ahead and have access to that and take that. But what happened for me is when I went on the Neptune krill oil, there were several things. Number one, there are no side effects from it. Zero. It doesn't have any of the fishy taste that you sometimes get with fish omega-3s. It doesn't have any of the GI upsets. It doesn't have any aspect of regurgitation that takes place. And most important, there's a general sense of well-being that you get that I've challenged many people to go ahead and try the Neptune krill oil because it has really two impacts. One of the impacts is the impact that was most important to me personally, and that was the impact on lipids. But the other impact is it has a very significant impact on the brain as well. It is a drug or a nutraceutical in the case of Neptune krill oil that really stimulates the brain in addition to the impact that it has on lipids. And I loved every aspect of it, but most importantly to me was that it had a significant impact in lowering my entire lipid profile towards a normal range, whether it was triglycerides or lowering the bad cholesterol known as LDL, or lowering the total cholesterol for that matter. And that's how I became introduced to the Neptune krill oil.